Have you ever caught yourself wondering, how do some people live well into their 90s, full of energy, still laughing, still enjoying life? Maybe you've even thought, I wish I could feel as good as I did 20 years ago. Well, what if I told you, growing older doesn't mean slowing down? In fact, some of the world's longest living people have unlocked secrets that keep them feeling vibrant and strong for decades. And the best part? These secrets aren't complicated. They don't require expensive treatments or drastic lifestyle changes. They're simple, natural, and backed by science. Today, we're diving into 5 powerful habits that can help you not just live longer, but live better, feeling strong, sharp, and full of joy. And don't worry, you won't need to climb mountains or run marathons. Just small, everyday changes that add years to your life and life to your years. Let's start with the first one, something so simple yet incredibly powerful. It's movement, but not just any kind of movement. Have you ever noticed how children never stop moving? They run, they jump, they fidget, and yet somewhere along the way, we stop. We sit more, we rest more, and before we know it, our bodies start to feel stiff, achy, and slow. But here's the truth, your body is designed to move. Now, I'm not saying you need to start lifting weights or jogging 5 miles a day. No. The key is gentle, consistent movement, walking, stretching, dancing, even gardening. Studies show that people who stay physically active in their later years reduce their risk of disease by up to 40%. That's almost like adding an extra decade to your life just by moving. And here's something fascinating. In a tiny village in Sardinia, Italy, where people regularly live past 100, they don't have gyms or fitness trackers. Instead, they walk everywhere. They work in their gardens. They take strolls after meals. They move naturally throughout the day. Now, while movement keeps the body strong, let's talk about something just as important, keeping the mind sharp. You see, longevity isn't just about living longer. It's about staying mentally alive, engaged, and curious. Have you ever noticed how people who live the longest are often the ones who never stop learning? Maybe it's a grandmother who still reads every night, or a grandfather who loves solving puzzles. Science tells us that our brains need exercise just as much as our bodies. The good news? You don't need to study calculus to keep your brain sharp. Something as simple as learning a new skill, playing a game, or even socializing can work wonders. In Okinawa, Japan, another place famous for long-lived people, elders practice something called ikigai, which means a reason to wake up in the morning. It could be a hobby, a passion, or simply spending time with loved ones. It's what keeps them engaged, excited, and mentally sharp. So let me ask you, what's something new you've always wanted to try? Maybe painting, learning a language, playing an instrument? Even something as simple as doing a crossword puzzle every morning can make a difference. Because here's the truth, your brain isn't aging as fast as you think. It's just waiting to be challenged. Now, while movement keeps the body strong and learning keeps the mind sharp, there's another secret to a long life, one that's often overlooked. And this one, it has nothing to do with what you eat or how much you exercise. It's about connection. Think about this. What's one of the longest studies on human longevity ever conducted? The Harvard study of adult development. For over 80 years, researchers followed thousands of people, trying to uncover the key to a long, happy life. And do you know what they found? It wasn't wealth, it wasn't fame, it wasn't even perfect health. It was relationships. People who had close connections, whether with family, friends, or even a pet, lived longer, healthier, and happier lives. Why? Because loneliness is just as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It weakens the immune system, raises stress levels, and even accelerates aging. But here's the good news. You don't need a huge social circle to experience the benefits. Even having just 1 or 2 close relationships can make all the difference. A neighbor you chat with, a friend you call once a week, a grandchild you write letters to. So if there's one thing you do today, let it be this. Reach out, call someone you love, send a message. Even a simple, "How have you been?" can bring warmth into your life and theirs. Because in the end, life isn't just about how long we live, it's about who we share it with. And speaking of sharing, there's another secret to longevity, one that has to do with what's on your plate. But before we get into that, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered so far. Now let's talk about something that's been at the heart of every long-living culture in the world: food. Have you ever noticed how some of the healthiest people on the planet don't follow strict diets? They don't obsess over calories or count every bite. Instead, they eat real food. Simple, natural, nourishing food. Think about it. What did your grandparents eat? Probably home-cooked meals made from fresh, whole ingredients. Vegetables picked from a garden, fresh fish from the market, warm bread made from scratch. Compare that to today: processed foods, sugary snacks, meals in boxes with ingredients we can't even pronounce. No wonder so many people feel sluggish, inflamed, and sick. But here's the good news: your body is incredibly resilient. It doesn't matter how old you are, the right foods can still heal, energize, and even add years to your life. So what should we be eating? Let's take a page from the blue zones, the regions of the world where people live the longest. Whether it's Okinawa, Japan, or Ikaria, Greece, their diets have something in common. They're rich in plants, full of colorful vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and healthy fats. And most importantly, they're not extreme. That means no starving yourself, no cutting out entire food groups, just balance. Want to know one of the simplest changes you can make? Eat more fiber. Fiber is like a magic key for longevity. It keeps your gut healthy, lowers inflammation, balances blood sugar, and even protects against heart disease. And the best part? It's found in delicious foods you already know: oats, beans, berries, leafy greens, and whole grains. Imagine this. You start your morning with a bowl of warm oatmeal topped with fresh berries and a sprinkle of nuts. Later, you have a colorful salad filled with crunchy greens, tomatoes, and a drizzle of olive oil. Dinner, a hearty vegetable stew with lentils and herbs. Sounds good, right? And every single bite is fueling your body with life-giving nutrients. Now there's one more secret about food that's just as important as what you eat. It's how you eat. You see, people in long-living cultures don't just eat to fill their stomachs. They eat to nourish their bodies, and they eat slowly. In Okinawa, they have a saying: "Hara hachi bu." It means eat until you're 80% full. No overeating, no stuffing yourself until you feel heavy, just listening to your body, eating until you're satisfied, not stuffed. And there's something beautiful about this approach. It turns every meal into an experience. Sitting down, taking small bites, enjoying the flavors, truly appreciating your food, not rushing, not eating in front of the TV, not grabbing something processed because it's quick. So the next time you sit down for a meal, try this. Slow down, take a deep breath, appreciate the colors, the smells, the warmth of the food in front of you. Because eating isn't just about nutrition, it's about joy, connection, and taking care of yourself. Now, while food is essential for longevity, there's something else that's just as powerful, something that goes beyond the body and into the mind. Let's talk about stress. You see, it doesn't matter how healthy you eat or how much you move. If your mind is weighed down by stress, it ages you, and not just mentally, but physically. Think about it. Have you ever gone through a stressful period in your life and suddenly noticed more wrinkles, more aches, more fatigue? That's because stress releases hormones like cortisol, which accelerate aging, weaken the immune system, and even shrink the brain. But here's the hopeful part. You can reverse the damage. You can train your body and mind to handle stress better. And it's not about eliminating stress completely, because let's be honest, that's impossible. It's about learning how to respond to it in a way that protects your health, instead of harming it. So how do long-living people handle stress? One of the most powerful ways is through daily relaxation rituals. In Sardinia, Italy, elders gather every evening to share stories over a glass of wine. In Japan, they practice Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, simply walking among trees, breathing in fresh air. In Loma Linda, California, a community of long-lived Seventh-day Adventists set aside an entire day every week just for rest, prayer, and family. What do all these have in common? They create moments of peace. Now, you don't have to live in Sardinia or meditate in a forest to experience the benefits. You can create your own daily ritual, something that signals to your body and mind it's time to relax. Maybe it's a short walk in the morning, feeling the sun on your face. Maybe it's sitting quietly with a book, letting your mind unwind. Maybe it's deep breathing before bed, releasing the worries of the day. Whatever it is, make it yours, because stress may be a part of life, but suffering from it doesn't have to be. Now, we've talked about movement, learning, connection, food, and stress, but there's one more secret to longevity, one that might surprise you. And this one, it's the simplest yet most powerful of them all. Now, we've talked about movement, lifelong learning, strong connections, nourishing food, and managing stress. Each of these is a powerful piece of the longevity puzzle. But there's one more, one that ties everything together. And it's something so simple, yet so many people overlook it. It's having a purpose. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like you didn't really have a reason to get out of bed? Maybe the kids are grown, the job is long behind you, and the days start to feel a little empty. It happens to so many people, and let me tell you, it's not about age, it's about direction. In Okinawa, Japan, the place where some of the oldest and healthiest people in the world live, they have a word for this, ikigai. It means a reason to wake up in the morning. For some, it's tending a garden. For others, it's cooking for family. It could be painting, playing music, volunteering, mentoring someone younger. It doesn't have to be something grand. It just has to matter to you. And science backs this up. Studies show that people who have a sense of purpose live longer, happier lives. They have lower rates of heart disease, less depression, and even stronger immune systems. It's as if the body knows when you have something to live for, and it fights to keep you here. So let me ask you, what makes you feel alive? Maybe it's a hobby you used to love but haven't done in years. Maybe it's helping others. Maybe it's as simple as sharing your stories, your wisdom with those who need it. Because here's the truth, the world still needs you. Your experiences, your kindness, your presence, it all matters. And if you don't know what your ikigai is yet, that's okay. Try something new. Say yes to life in ways you haven't before. Because purpose isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Now let's take a step back and look at everything we've uncovered. You don't need to chase expensive treatments or impossible diets to live a long, healthy life. You don't need to fear aging, because the secret isn't about fighting time. It's about making the most of it. Move your body, even just a little, every day. Keep your mind curious, always learning, always exploring. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Eat foods that nourish you, that make you feel good, not just full. Find ways to manage stress, to create moments of peace. And above all, wake up with a reason, a purpose, something that excites you, even in the smallest way. Because at the end of the day, longevity isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. So, my friend, what's one small change you can make today? Just one step, one habit. Because small changes, when done consistently, lead to something truly extraordinary. And if this video has given you even one new idea, one new perspective, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What's something you do to stay healthy and happy? Let's share. Let's inspire each other. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, because this journey, we're in it together. Here's to living not just longer, but better, to making every day count, to waking up with purpose, with joy, with gratitude, and most importantly, to you.